Hello tech family, welcome to my channel Techverse, where you get the latest in the world of tech. Microsoft is one of the most powerful and high-tech corporations in history. Have you ever thought about what it's like to work there? Microsoft's huge headquarters is more like a little city, complete with its own transit system, retail center, tree houses, and even a filthy lake for dunking cocky senior executives. And that's before we enter the underground tech labs where the future of our online lives is being crafted, or the hallway where high fives are required. In this video, we would be taking you on a tour to Microsoft's massive headquarters. But before we continue, kindly subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to get notified when next I post a new video. And without wasting time, let's jump right in. Walking from one end of Microsoft's enormous 500-acre campus to the other end takes 22 minutes today. When the IT giant finishes a major makeover of the original expanse of campus, the hallowed ground from which the business emerged to dominate the PC software industry, that long-distance trip will reduce to a 7-minute stroll. Microsoft's plan to renovate 72 acres of its headquarters here include improving pedestrian access to the enormous property. The plans were first unveiled in November 2017. It's the equivalent of upgrading from PCs and CD-ROMs to artificial intelligence and quantum computing in terms of real estate. And it comes as Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella leads the company back to the top of the tech mountain. The corporation's years-long turnaround has resulted in it becoming the most valuable company in the United States, with a market capitalization of more than $1 trillion. The multi-billion-dollar project will transform Microsoft's headquarters, replacing the 1980s buildings where Bill Gates oversaw the company's rise into a digital behemoth. In its place will be a dense, modern campus oriented on corporation, open spaces, and sports fields, with a new sky bridge that will reduce the pedestrian commute between the east and west sides of campus. Early drawings for the project have been finished, and Microsoft aims to finalize plans soon. The business started demolishing the old structures earlier this year and plans to finish them in 2022 and 2023. That's when Sound Transit intends to finish the light rail expansion from downtown Seattle to Redmond, which will include a stop that will drop thousands of people off at Microsoft's headquarters every morning. The total area of the 17 new 4- and 5-story building will be around 3 million square feet. Structures 1 through 6 and 8 through 10 are among the original 2-story buildings slated for removal, with a total area of around 1 million square feet. The legend of Microsoft's missing Building 7 is legendary. This results in an additional 8,000 employees and a net increase of around 2 million square feet. In the Seattle area, Microsoft competes for talent with Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, and hundreds of startups, many of which use urban amenities as a selling feature to attract employees. The advantages of Microsoft's 1980s suburban-style campus are numerous, but a large part of the strategy is to generate the urban feel that is popular with young techies. The old building's car-centric design will be replaced with the more pedestrian and bike-friendly layout. When it comes to headquarters, tech behemoths like Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Facebook embrace the suburbs, choosing huge campuses with shorter buildings, plenty of greenery, and ample amenities. Amazon took a different approach, relying on the city's allure and concentrating its expansion in the heart of Seattle. Amazon has a complex that rivals Microsoft's 15 million square feet, but it has far fewer buildings because it has added several city-defining towers to the shorter structures that marked its original site. Microsoft divided the project into quadrants and recruited 4 distinct architects and general contractors for the job: LMN, NBBJ, WRNS Studio, and ZGF Architects, as well as Skanska, Balfour Beatty, GLY, and Celent. Each group of structures has its personality. Some have more vegetation and greenery, others place a high value on outside space. Some people are interested in unusual building shapes. According to Michael Ford, General Manager of Global Real Estate and Security, Microsoft has a big, thick book with hundreds of pages that covers the nuts and bolts of what must go into new buildings across the company's portfolio. The size of conference rooms, the materials used for flooring, audiovisual equipment, and more. These guidelines apply to around 80% of the structure, with the remaining 20% up to the designers. Ford explained, "We didn't want a cookie-cutter campus where everything looks the same. So we wanted to emphasize diversity and inclusivity and do something unique while also blending everything. The property is anchored by a 2-acre plaza for large gatherings and product debuts. The concept includes a succession of softball, soccer, and cricket fields. A signature building with a unique design will be located in the heart of the neighborhood. A model of the proposed campus revealed an unusual building with a large wood frame coupled to some pods with windows on all sides. The model is only a placeholder according to Ford, and the actual building has yet to be designed. The old building's surface parking spaces and the serpentine roads between them will vanish, and Microsoft aims to bury parking underground. To preserve the interior of the campus, car-free and pedestrian-friendly, Microsoft is constructing a beltway around the new buildings with many entrances to parking garages. Microsoft wants to make parts of the new building accessible to the general public, so it has set aside spaces for restaurants and shops that are open to everyone, not just Microsoft employees. The lobbies of the buildings will be open to the public, and Microsoft expects to hold public activities in the plaza and on the sports fields. The campus remained essentially isolated for much of its life, a fortress within a metropolis. However, Ford claims that the company's evolving culture has resulted in a desire to be more open to the public and involved in the community. Ford stated, "We want people to see what we're doing at Microsoft. We want to be transparent, and we want them to be involved. We've lived in the neighborhood for over 40 years. Microsoft did not disclose the project's budget but stated that it is a multi-billion-dollar undertaking. Microsoft's Silicon Valley headquarters is also being upgraded. A cool campus with the correct amenities may be a powerful tool for attracting and keeping top people. As tech companies compete for talent, they are investing billions in real estate projects to get an advantage. The Microsoft Redmond campus was opened in 1986, and it has been in a near constant state of transformation since. This is the campus's most significant renovation in at least a decade, with 15 million square feet in 125 structures on both sides of SR 520. The project also demonstrates Microsoft's aim to expand its workforce in the Seattle area beyond the current 51,000 employees. At Microsoft's campus, the project will shift the center of gravity, though Microsoft hasn't confirmed which departments will shift to the new facilities. The company has previously stated that some top executives, as well as the Microsoft Executive Briefing Center, where the business organizes critical customer briefings and industry conferences, will do so. Microsoft veterans may be nostalgic about the original X-shaped Redmond buildings. Current employees, on the other hand, are unlikely to miss them. The structure's architecture makes them extremely difficult to navigate and easy to get lost inside. So far, no new structures appear to be in the shape of letters or Star Wars vehicles. At Microsoft, we've had X's for years. We began with the X in buildings 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then expanded to 12 buildings, Ford explained. However, it was time to modernize and progress. We're no longer the same organization. In the new initiative, at least one artifact from Microsoft's past will be preserved. The Lake Bill Pond on the original site, which is well known among veteran Microsoft employees, will remain. Gates' corner office in Building 4 looked out over the lake, where executives were known to settle wagers and celebrate sales successes by dunking. The construction of the new campus is well advanced. Crews began demolishing the old structures in January, and several of them have since been demolished. A handful are mostly intact, and fragments of others still stand, but about half of the original structures are now nothing more than piles of debris. Though the structure's overall design is still evolving, we have a solid notion of what the interiors will look like. Microsoft has spent the last decade refurbishing old facilities on campus to promote team-based space, as Ford describes it. Microsoft avoided the individual offices of the past when upgrading its buildings, but it also avoided the large open floors that have been both popular and controversial in recent years. Microsoft's team-based rooms are organized into suites for groups of 8 to 12 people. Each area has an open floor plan with employee desks, small conference rooms, and focus rooms where individuals can burrow down and code or work on other projects. Building 40 and 41 are foreshadowing of what is to come. Cloud teams are housed in 2 facilities that were remodeled about a year ago. Ping pong tables and lounging spots, as well as a glass awning that spans the courtyard between the buildings to protect guests from the weather, and a few outdoor meeting pods were installed by Microsoft. The interior is centered on a team-based spaces, which are located near windows on the borders of the floors to allow light in. Color and artwork abound throughout the hallways. Markets with snacks and meals, game rooms and libraries, and more quiet areas are all located within the building. In recent years, about 30% of the existing campus has been updated, and the corporation plans to renovate the other buildings in the next 5 or 6 years, in tandem with the original campus refresh. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for spending some time with us. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button and the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel to get access to more interesting videos from us. Thanks for watching.